One.
Hello everybody, I'm Joe Medley from East Alabama Sports Today. We're here at Weaver High School with Coach Ken Kofer. We're ready to talk some football, continuing our visits throughout Calhoun County as we visit the football playing schools. Today we're at Weaver, tomorrow I'll be at Pleasant Valley, or tomorrow I'll be at Jacksonville, and then Saturday Pleasant Valley, and Monday Piedmont. Coach, you're getting close. You got a jamboree this week?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow, B.B. Comer and Woodland. So we play the first two games. Start at 6:30 versus B.B. Comer, and then right thereafter, probably about 5 minutes after we get a break, playing Woodland, and then we bring it on home. And the game was supposed to be in Sylacauga, where B.B. Comer plays their home games, but the field, evidently they got new turf, so it's changed to the old Childersburg Stadium, not the new one, but the old one, where they used to play. So we're playing there. Yeah. So it went from turf to real grass in a hurry.
If it's hot as it is, turf would be pretty hot anyway.
Correct. Yeah.
But just what you're looking to see tomorrow. What do you hope?
Just improvement. I think in media days we talked about. I think somebody asked me the question about what's the defining point of this team, or what kind of wrinkles are we going to see? And I said disciplined team, a more disciplined team. So I hope that's the case. We practiced well all week. This morning we did some things that were not as good, but practice was a little bit different today, and when you get them out of a routine, and a Thursday routine where it's kind of not a walk, we don't do walkthroughs, it's really sped up but without pads. We had to think in a hurry, and it changed a little bit of things, but hopefully we can get that out in the scrimmage game and get them some playing time against somebody else that's get that old crap out, and get some good stuff in and get better before we play Oak Grove.
Of course, last year the Bearcats made the playoffs for the first time in 2018. Won, I think it was 5 out of the last 7 games, I believe it was.
No, it was 4 out of the last 5.
4 out of the last 5.
And almost beat Piedmont here, and that was a good one. But 0-5 was not very pleasant at the beginning of the year.
But it got a whole lot better.
It did. Very much.
And what did that do as far as just how has the offseason felt this year? What is the feeling on this team after some confidence?
Yeah, I mean, all teams are different, and I used to think, well, we'll just ride off of that success and at the end of the year, or swagger or confidence, whatever you want to call about it. But I think it's more discipline right here. I think they know what they wanted. It's a different group, but this group seems to be more tunnel vision focused. And I said it during media days too. I think we have a group that's, as a whole, better leadership. We had some good leaders in the past 2 years, but as a whole, it's just better leadership. And when you have that, and they are holding everybody to a different standard, and I don't have to do it, or the other coaches don't have to do it, it makes it more fun. Last week was not very pleasant because they knew they weren't playing. And school had started, so that kind of drug us down a little bit, and then we started Monday on fire and got better throughout the days or the week, and so I'm hoping we do that tomorrow. I think they're ready to play somebody else. I think the other teams are ready to play somebody else too, but we just have to do the basics better than they do.
Let's talk about some of the players that are going to step into roles that obviously we had a lot. Caden Gooden at quarterback. Caden Gooden had a lot of things last year, and then Keyshawn Allen obviously were 2 big producers for you. Who do you see stepping into that quarterback, wide receiver spot?
Well, let me go to the receivers first. The nearer boys, Idris and Cisco. Cisco played last year. Idris did not. Neither did Carlos, the other brother. But they're stepping into roles and have improved the whole time. They were always weightlifting guys in there, but they decided to play, had stuck with basketball, and Cisco tried it last year. So Idris and Cisco are playing some of those wide receivers. Deontay Marks is just big time. He's not very big, but he stays quiet and he gets after people. He's not scared of a thing. So he plays a little DB for us, but plays receiver too. Probably our best route runner, Deontay Marks. And then Junior Allen can step out there, but Junior right now is probably our starter at quarterback. It's almost like this may sound bad to some people, but quarterback by committee, and sometimes you can't build enough, but we have certain packages with different people. and that we want to do. So, Junior is that guy right now. But we have a new kid that just transferred in last week, came out Monday for football. Leighton Owensby. He used to live in Hartsville, came to Hope Christian, and then transferred to us this year at the beginning of the school year. And I think by word, and I don't know her, but Leighton's mom is a Weaver girl. She went to school here, so Leighton could step in and play some quarterback too. Do I think he's ready right now? No, I don't. And that's not anything on him. We just kind of trying to throw him in there and see what he can with sticks and what he can do. But Leighton could end up, later on getting some playing time there too, and we could move Junior out sometimes. But we're just trying to hurry up and get some things done rep wise in practice and get those guys ready.
And of course, as much as the skill guys are important, so are the linemen. You mentioned to David Murphy as somebody who is stepping up for you this year.
Yes, so old Murph, Jadavian Murphy, came to me as a soft kid, and I thought, oh man, I don't know if this kid's gonna make it in weightlifting, and he just got into it. It was like an addiction and kept coming. And then I noticed after our weight program, and we get after pretty good in our weight program, and we run them a little bit too. And I noticed everybody else has started trickling to the big gym, instead of the weight room, small gym, and he's still in there running last semester. Just trying to get in shape. He slimmed down, got some of that baby fat off of him, and he's got his mean on a little bit. And, he went up against Caden Green, who's been a 4-year starter, I believe, even before I was here. And took him on in the summer, and when we got pads on, it's kind of been a stalemate. That's a good thing. That means we got another one that's pretty tough. So he's been a surprise of the summer. So he's been a standout. Been very proud of him.
I know when you came here, that weight room thing is that's a big thing to you. That's something you really wanted to establish as a bedrock of your program.
Right.
Third year now, how do you feel like that's progressed?
Oh, it's progressed better than I probably thought when I first got here. The girls too, the non-athletes, non-football players love lifting. And I said that during media days too. I just want some swagger in this school and to build kids' confidence that they can do anything. As long as they got the good Lord in their life, they can do good things, and they can achieve anything that they want to. And I do believe it builds confidence. Do I think weightlifting solves every problem? No, not by any means. But if that kid can, see that muscle grow, and boy or girl, it doesn't matter. But that's what we're after. And I definitely think it's built some kids' confidence coming out for football. And that's what you want to do too. The kids that haven't been playing, now they're starting to play. So I think I'm ready. I think I'm strong enough now. And when they don't start out so young, but I've been very proud. And I brag on them on Facebook, and I got those guys down in South Georgia. Hey, you gonna post some more clean videos? Well, I like bragging on them, and when they do good things, now they need to be given a shout out. And I do it on Twitter, I do it on Facebook, but that's my whole Facebook thing is kind of bragging on kids and what some of these kids do in this school, and just very proud to be a part of that in their lives.
When we came in through the weight room, and there was a mix of kids in there.
Yes,
There's boys, girls. I saw some of the volleyball players and wrestlers in there.
Absolutely.
So there's that's the thing, you've made a bigger part of the culture than it was before.
Well, it should be important to any. I think that's just my viewpoint, my philosophy. But people do it in different ways and stuff like that. But we want to be taught well on cleans and squats and bench. And tomorrow's arm day. Even on game day, we get after it on arm day because everybody wants to have big muscles on their arms, and even our girls do. They're proud of them too. So it's arm day tomorrow, so they can't wait for arm day.
What is the outlook for this year? What do you see as possible for this team?
Yeah, it wasn't you, Joe, that asked me that question last year. Somebody asked me that question last year, and I said, shoot, well, all of them. And there was people laughing. And even the two, Keyshawn and Caden kind of chuckled a little bit, but I'm for real. I don't understand why you go into a football season and you don't think you have a shot at every game. I won't lie, going into the spring, I was worried about where we would be. And then I watch our kids practice and work together and stuff like that. And I'm so eager to watch them tomorrow to see We're gonna have some things go wrong. Things go wrong in every ball game, but I'm eager to see what they do and how they react, how tough we are, and do that. But do I think we have a chance to win all of them? Shoot, yeah. If somebody in that media days last year, after I said win all of them, and they kind of laughed, would they have thought that we would have been on that run at the end of the year and had a chance to beat Piedmont? I don't think so. But that's my confidence level in them, and that's what we're trying to prepare them for. So let me throw this in too. We did a little thing probably about 2-3 weeks ago. It was during the last dead week or during the coaches thing where you could lift and condition, but you couldn't practice. Mm-hmm. We did a little thing called Judgment Day, and there's a list of things right there. They have to do that with their accountability teams that's set up right there. And the object is not to make them throw up or get sick or anything like that, but it's tough. It goes from weight room, and you got to hit a certain amount of reps at a certain weight. And some of those kids can't do it on that team because they're small. We might have some 7th or 8th graders on that team. So those big guys are doing all the reps. But then when you get outside, some of those little guys have to pick up the running and doing some stuff out there. And it's different kinds of running and sprints. And there's no walking anywhere. They have to go from, it's kind of like a scavenger hunt. They got to do this first, then they got to do this. They got to go to this one. And we probably had 4 or 5 kids getting sick, and then they keep going. And after, those were the kids that said, Coach, that was the most fun I've had the whole summer. And those were the kids that got sick, but it challenged them. And they knew that they were tough. So that mindset stuff's already working. Mm-hmm. And that's what I wanted to see. Hey, it's called Judgment Day. You're getting judged on by how you finish. And that's what we want to carry into football season. And those kids finished, man. They get sick, they stop, pull, and then they start sprinting again. And they didn't want to let their teammates down. So I'm hoping that's the kind of thing that kind of carries over to football season, and that's what I want to see. So when you ask that question, that's what we're after.
So it's your goals to this, and you just might get this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Ken Kofer, everybody. Weaver's third-year football coach, entering again on a high note after last year, and hoping for bigger and better this year. Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank
Always
you.
enjoy this. Good luck
Yes,
this
sir.
season.
Thank you.
And tomorrow I will be at Jacksonville High School in the morning with Coach Jeremy Sullivan. Again, Saturday Pleasant Valley, Monday Piedmont, and then it's game week. It is here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, everybody.